But when you're crafty and you're clever and you go, well, I'm just going to be as strange as they think I am. So, okay, now you're on TMZ and you're playing into the role. You're leaning into the role, right? And then you lose, number one, you're not playing music anymore. Number two, you're not feeling anything honestly. And number three, you're not saying anything honestly.
For those of a certain generation, John Mayer is a divisive idea. In the silhouette of the gangly guitar hero, some see a soft rock jock, oft verbose and always vain. But others see a human who, yes, erred, but then turned the twisted gravity of his own fame into a kind of sustainable resource. Few stars have autopsied their own mistakes and learned the way John Mayer has. And for this reason, I want to examine how his self-awareness and facility with words have allowed him to become what I'll call a fame therapist, a guide for others in the throes of celebrity, as well as a resource for the rest of us, everyday people just trying to understand ourselves. We'll look at 3 short clips as sort of therapy sessions, and after each, we'll see how they can be applied.
Remind me the first line.
Hurt me once, I'll let it be.
Hurt me twice, you're dead to me. Hurt me 3 times.
3 times makes you
family. Yo, I fucking love that line.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Because what it does is it creates this infinite loop of pain and hurt. Because whenever people say to me, well, you hurt me too many times, you're dead to me, it's that we're done. It's never the end.
No.
In fact, we hurt our family the most.
Look, this is also part of getting older, is to not create bonds with scar tissue.
For the famous, I think there's a particular relationship between celebrity and audience where negative reactions may first hurt privately, I'll let it be, then cause outward resentment, you're dead to me, and finally, create an unhealthy partnership. 3 times makes you family. John Mayer admittedly tried to control this relationship to audience, and I think that lyric, his loving warning to not create bonds with scar tissue, can save celebrities and people in general from a need to always engage. We've all gravitated towards those who treat us poorly. An overly critical parent, the guy who only sometimes texts back, the comment section of a YouTube video. But often, scars heal best away from those who made them.
When I sell 5,000 copies, I'm going to consider this a success. That's the difference between people who walk this earth happy and people who walk the earth constantly unfulfilled, because they've never defined the finish line. I know artists who sold 2 million records. It's not enough, because they never said what making it was going to be. They just had this feeling like it was their life. They were just going to know. It's not going to work like that.
Define the finish line should be tattooed on anyone pursuing a goal. We can't know how we're doing if we never make the ruler with which to measure our successes. And it's right there in the word, isn't it? Rulers create rules. And once they've been created, rulers rule over those rules. In a world of hierarchies and constantly having to answer to other people, defining and pursuing our ruler is a quiet way of becoming our own benevolent boss.
So what happens when you stop drinking? The level goes, it feels like boredom at first, but if you stick with it, the line straightens out and it goes kind of low, right? You're like, oh, I'm not having these high highs. But if you work, you can bring the whole line up.
Wow.
If you work, you can bring the whole line up. This isn't specifically a call for sobriety, but it's a brilliant framing of dependence and addiction to anything in our lives. Alcohol, drugs, fame, all of those things have immense highs, but every high has its tax. With every peak comes a recovery and a need to reset. And John Mayer presents a challenge here. What if we didn't have to reset after each low, after each binge? How much more could we get done on our own behalf? What would we be like 5 years into such consistency, 10 years into that routine without disruption? When John Mayer shared that lyric, "Hurt me 3 times, your family," I thought about what family actually is. Not literally, but as a concept. What is family at its best? I think, to put it simply, family is just an embodiment of consistency. It's an institution made to protect a series of rituals and routines that benefit those within it. Life is the constant process of deciding who and what will adopt as family. Will my family be practicing this A minor scale or having another scotch? Will my family be scrolling these photos and comments or scratching out lyrics till I've gotten it just right? If we choose the wrong family, we choose a sadder life. And the only songs we'll ever sing for ourselves are sob rock.